Imagine you're a king. You have the largest empire in the subcontinent. You're brilliant, multilingual, a scholar of philosophy and mathematics. People call you the wisest ruler of your age. And then you decide to move your entire capital city 1,500 kilometers away in the middle of summer and force every single person in Delhi to walk there on foot. That's just one of the many, many things this man did. Welcome to the blunderous, bewildering, utterly unhinged life of Muhammad bin Tughluq, the smartest fool to ever sit on a throne. Before we get to the chaos, let's understand where this man came from. Because the Thugluq dynasty didn't exactly start on steady ground either. It was a family tradition. The Thugluq dynasty was founded in 1320 by a man named Ghazi Malik, who would become Ghiyasuddin Thugluq, the first sultan of the line. He was a tough, practical ruler of Turkic Indian origin who rose through military ranks and eventually overthrew the Khilji dynasty. Solid guy, no nonsense, built roads, managed finances, normal king stuff. Now, Ghiyasuddin had a son, a gifted, energetic, dangerously clever son named Jana Khan, and this is our man. Born around 1300, Jana Khan grew up surrounded by scholars, soldiers, and court intrigue. He was educated in Islamic theology, Persian poetry, mathematics, and philosophy. He could debate with the best minds of his era, and reportedly never lost an argument. Which honestly should have been the first red flag. 1325, Ghiyasuddin Tughluq died under rather suspicious circumstances involving a pavilion that collapsed on him during a royal welcome ceremony. Some historians believe Jana Khan himself arranged the accident. Whether that's true or not, nobody pressed charges because, well, Jana Khan was now the Sultan. He took the name Muhammad bin Tughluq and ascended the throne of the Delhi Sultanate. And for a brief, shining moment, people thought, this is the one. Brilliant, educated, energetic. The golden age is here. They were very, very wrong. Muhammad bin Tughluq ruled for 26 years from 1325 to 1351. In that time, he managed to commit a truly spectacular number of policy disasters. Let's go through them, because each one is better than the last. Muhammad bin Tughluq's empire was vast and running it was expensive. He needed money. So in a flash of what he thought was genius, he decided to introduce token currency, bronze and copper coins that would be equal in value to silver and gold coins. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds a lot like modern currency. And you'd be right. It's actually a forward-thinking idea, FIS in theory. The problem was that he forgot one tiny detail. He didn't stop people from minting their own coins at home. Ordinary citizens started manufacturing royal currency in their kitchens. Blacksmiths became billionaires overnight. The treasury was flooded with fake money. Trade collapsed. The economy went into freefall. Within a few years, Muhammad had to reverse the entire policy and buy back the worthless coins with actual gold and silver from his treasury, effectively paying people for the privilege of robbing him. Okay, so the economy is a mess. What do you do? If you're a Muhammad bin Tughluq, you decide it's the perfect time to move the entire capital city. Delhi, he reasoned, was too exposed to Mongol invasions from the north. The city of Daulatabad in the Deccan, roughly modern Maharashtra, was more central, more defensible, and geographically better positioned to rule the whole subcontinent. And you know what? Strategically, this argument wasn't completely crazy. Daulatabad was more central. Historians have actually debated whether, in a different universe with better execution, this could have worked. The execution, however, was not better. Muhammad ordered the entire population of Delhi, residents, merchants, nobles, scholars, everyone, to pack up and march 1,500 kilometers south. on foot, in the searing Indian heat. No adequate provisions, no proper roads. People died along the way, families were separated. The vibrant city of Delhi was left as a ghost town, reportedly so empty that a visitor described it as having not a cat or a dog left in it. And then, a few years later, he decided Dalatabad wasn't working out and ordered everyone to march back to Delhi. 1,500 kilometers. Again, more deaths, more suffering. Twice the disaster for the price of one bad idea. The Doab is the fertile land between the rivers Ganga and Yamuna, the breadbasket of northern India. Muhammad, needing more revenue, decided to massively increase taxes on farmers in this region. This would have been a questionable move in the best of times, but it happened to coincide with a catastrophic famine. Crops failed, people were already starving, and the Sultan's tax collectors arrived. The farmers are unable to pay the rebellion was crushed. But the crackdown drove more people to flee their lands. Agriculture collapsed further. Famine spread. Muhammad apparently felt terrible about this later and spent enormous sums trying to rehabilitate the region. But as a policy, it was, to put it academically, a catastrophe of his own making. Muhammad bin Tughluq set his sights on Khorasan, the region spanning modern Iran, Afghanistan, and Central Asia. He assembled a massive army, reportedly 370,000 soldiers. He paid them all a year's salary in advance to prepare. And then, nothing happened. The campaign never launched. Whether it was logistical failure, political instability at home, or simply a change of mood, the army was disbanded. The soldiers went home, and the treasury was out a colossal sum of money for absolutely zero military gain. Here's the strange, almost tragic part of this story. Muhammad bin Tughluq was not a stupid man. This is what made him so confounding to everyone around him, including Ibn Battuta, who spent years at his court and wrote extensively about him. Muhammad spent his final years doing what he had always done, marching his army across the subcontinent, suppressing one rebellion only to see two more flare up elsewhere. He was a man chasing fires he had largely started himself. In 1351, Muhammad bin Tughluq died, not dramatically in battle, not from an assassination or palace coup. He died of fever near Stata in Sindh, while on yet another military campaign to put down yet another rebellion. His chronicler, Ziauddin Barani, wrote what is perhaps the most perfectly understated obituary in history. The Sultan was freed from his people, and the people were freed from their Sultan.